welcoming
the planet Yellow.
Let's explore a little bit more how to be happy in the now, which doesn't exist. So now doesn't exist, so we have to be now, and it doesn't exist. What does it mean? Seize the moment. Carpe diem. Seize the moment. You cannot have now. There is no now, because you can divide, it's infinity. So, but we have to enjoy now. How to enjoy now if there is no now? By feeling an imaginary now, because it doesn't exist. What we feel is our being moving through time. Normal people say, time go by. Again, normal people say, time go by. No. We go through time. You understand the difference? Because we feel always the time is going by. Like if we are not in the time. Time doesn't go by. We travel through the time. We feel the difference. It's very important. Because if the time was existing, there will be a now. But there is no now. And we are traveling through the time. If I move from here to the other side of the stage, I am moving through space and time. We are all doing that. It's not the space which is moving. You understand? It's not the stage which is moving. It doesn't move. I am moving across the stage. Same about time. Time is not passing by. We are moving through the time. And how to be happy? How to live the moment in a time which doesn't exist, in a now which doesn't exist, and in a here which doesn't exist. I am moving through. And it's very important, and you remember this exercise that we were doing a few years ago, of slowly moving. Being slow is one of the key of happiness. Everything in your life. I know education teach you to go fast. Hayaku, hayaku. From school, hi, faster, faster. No. Slowly. As slowly as possible. Wake up slowly. It starts when you wake up. Huh? What's happening during the night? When you sleep? Who is in control of your brain? The thinking brain stop. You cannot sleep if you think. And you know, when we start thinking, we cannot fall asleep. Insomnia. And when we sleep, we stop thinking. And we start dreaming. What is happening? Who is in control of the brain when we sleep? The supraconsciousness. The snail come out when you're asleep. And try to fix the brain, the damage you create during the day. That's why you dream. Some people think there is a meaning in the dream. No meaning. It's just you have some stressful experiences, positive or negative. And this start to make very big shock in your brain. Having a bad experience with your boss at your work, meeting a beautiful girl or handsome boy, it's big stress. And at night, the supraconsciousness says, okay, let's clean this brain. Dreaming is a vacuum of the brain. It's cleaning. And that's why you have nightmares sometimes. Supraconscious say, wait, let's clean this. Everything in the universe is based on infinity. And infinity is what? Like yin yang. As a symbol, beautiful symbol of the national flag of Korea with yin yang. Polarity. Plus, minus. Everything in your body. The electron turning in your cell. The solar system. The galaxy turning. It's all the same. It's based on polarity. North Pole, South Pole, magnetic field. Every atom has a magnetic field. Every planet has a magnetic field. And our brain, every thought we have is playing on the magnetism inside the brain. When you have stress, you debalance the polarity. And at night, the superconsciousness comes and says, let's make it calm, rebalance, reboot, like when you reboot your computer. Reboot. You understand, Komiko? Reboot. Yes. This is exactly what we do. And every people who have mental problem or very depressed, they know, and you have all been through some kind of depression in your life, or sadness, or bad feeling. When you wake up, you feel very good. And you feel, wow, my sadness, my depression is finished. Just when you open your eyes. And after, the thinking starts. and you go down. But the first minute when you wake up, you feel normal. And after 1 hour, you are again down. Why? Thinking. And when you sleep, the supra-consciousness refresh your brain. So now, why not doing it during the day? Why only at night? You have to transform the bat of your supra-consciousness in a daily white pigeon. You have to transform the night bat, you know, Batman, a bat? A bat? In a daylight white pigeon. Ato. Because there is no reason to let the supraconsciousness work on your brain only at night. Why not having it working during the day? It's not a bat. Huh? Bat only go out at night. But white pigeon, the symbol of peace, fly during the day. And you have the power to change the bat in a white pigeon. How? Through meditation. Meditation is exactly like sleeping, but much more powerful. Because you're not sleeping. You are doing it voluntarily. You decide to do it. That's a big difference. Suddenly, instead of falling asleep to let the snail come out, you put yourself in a meditation state and you say to the snail, please, come. Take control of my brain. The snail says, are you sure? Are you ready? Yes. If you think I cannot come. No, I stop thinking. Talk to your supraconsciousness. Okay. Do you think you are ready? If you think you're not ready. Do you think you're ready? No answer. And then you are ready. That's the power of meditation. If you experience this beautiful state of mind that you have when you wake up, beautiful new day, even the most negative and sick people, when they wake up, they open their eyes, they feel good. Sometimes just 10 seconds. And after the machine starts. Don't let the machine start. Don't turn the key. No. Let this thinking machine in the garage. The thinking machine is like a car. A very noisy car. And the meditation and the supraconsciousness is a snail walking. Don't use the car. Walk. Physically also. If you have people who have bad mental feeling, walking is one of the most natural medicine. Physically walking. Of course, meditation is better. But some people are so negative and depressed that they have difficulty to meditate. They cannot stop thinking. Oh, Maitreya, I try to meditate, but I cannot. Always I'm thinking. I say, go walking. When you walk, consciously, not walking, oh la la, what a terrible day. Oh, no, 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 no. Walking slowly, only aware of what is around. The butterflies, the trees, the beautiful rain. Then your brain stops. And walking is very important. Elohim gave us long leg and a small brain. The legs are much bigger than the brain. Why? To walk. This is very deep. There was even a philosophy school at the time of the Greek philosophers. The teachers were never sitting. They were teaching walking. And I recommend, if you have to teach or to speak in public, I do it myself, to walk. Sitting is okay when you reach a certain level of wisdom. But for beginners, or if you are shy, walking helps. And this Greek school of philosophy was called the peripatetician school. Peripatetician. Meaning teaching while walking. Because the Greek philosopher realized the brain works better, more clearly. They did not know about supraconsciousness at this time, than when idle. So they call the peripatetician. And what is funny is now in French and in English, I think also, prostitutes are called peripatetician. Because they walk while walking in the street and think. So they use the Greek term of a philosophy for prostitution. It's very funny. Remember that. One of the ways to have a positive harmony in your brain is go take a walk. Difficult to translate? Go take a walk. Yes. 1 hour. Not 5 minutes. You should walk every day 1 hour. Cars are destroying your brain. You walk, you enjoy life, you look everywhere, you see people, and you think to yourself, what a wonderful world. But you're in the car. Move away, you stupid. Completely change. Walk. If you have less than 1 hour to go walking to go walking. Much better. No traffic, no pollution. And this become better. The heart become better. The belly becomes smaller. And the brain become clearer. We are born to walk on this holy planet. I know it's difficult in cities,
都市ではちょっと難しいんですけど、
but at least on the weekend,
週末に
go in the countryside,
田舎に行って
especially when it's raining,
特に雨の時に
and walk without shoes,
で靴なしで歩いて
barefoot,
足素足
to feel the grass.
で草を感じるんです。
This is separating us from the ground.
靴っていうのはこの土地から土壌から切り離すんです。
When you are barefoot in the grass,
あなたが素足で草の上にいると
your body feel the magnetic field of the earth.
この地球の力を感じ取るんです。
When you have shoes, no.
靴を履いてると感じないです。
And this also help balance the health of the body
体のバランスが整えるのを助けますよ。
and of the brain
で脳も助
and make you happy,
けて幸せにします。
especially right after rain.
特に雨の
If you can, I love doing that. Right after a thunderstorm,
嵐のすぐ雷のすぐ後です。
I love going naked and rolling in the grass.
裸で草の上を転げ回るんです。
And you cannot stop laughing.
で、止まらなくなります。
Why?
なんででしょうか。
Because it's full of negative ion.
というのはそこにマイナスイオンがたくさんある。
And negative ion are very positive.
マイナスイオンはとてもポジティブなんです。
They are called, you have even machine I know in Japan who
マイナスイオン出す人
create negative ion in apartment, right?
マイナスイオンを発生する人たちありますよね。
This machine is okay. Better go in the grass.
いいんですけど、でも草の上にいた方がいい。
With this machine, in 24 hours of this machine,
24時間これ使うと
you have the same amount of negative ion in 5 minutes in the grass.
もうこの直接の草の上の5分と同じぐらいの量のマイナスイオンが出てくるんです。草の上に
After a thunderstorm,
雷の後、
barefoot
差して
or naked in the grass, rolling.
で裸で草の上に転げ回ると
Especially if you can be close, and there is a lot in Asia of matsu, pine trees.
マンションっていうのがありますね。その近くで
Pine trees, every tree creates negative ion, but pine trees more than others.
マイナスイオンを出すんですけど、松だけはもっと他の距離もマイナス。
And I know Japanese people have a special love for matsu.
日本人は松大好きですよね。
Love it.
大好きです。
French people are so stupid.
フランス人はちょっと
They love
不良ばかり
trees like that
で、木をまっすぐなきゃいけない。
because their brain is like that.
でも彼らがまっすぐ。
And Japan, you love the
日本人は
trees.
回ってるのが美なんです。
Very different state of mind.
とっても考え方が違いますよね。
Japanese are right.
日本人は正しい。
And I learned recently that the Japanese garden
そして日本の
are Chinese. It was Chinese long time ago. So I did not know that.
知らなかった。
But thanks to the wonderful Lotus, she's teaching me a lot of.
そうですね。
I thought kimono were Japanese. I love kimono.
私着物好きですけど、
She no, it's Chinese.
この子中国から出た。
We used it 1,000 years ago. Okay.
数年前に使ってるんです。
I love koto. I thought, well, koto is Japanese. I love koto.
日本のこと大好き。
She said, no, it's Chinese. We had long time ago. Okay, no. What is Chinese? What is Japanese? Sushi. Okay. Sumo. Yes. Suddenly I find some Japanese, really Japanese things.
日本の発祥は日本の日本の
So this is very important to create this, keep this state of mind you have when you wake up.
あなたが起きた時、この脳の状態できますの
Through meditation
瞑想として
and slowly.
ゆっくりと
It's a mistake. Some people, there is this beautiful meditation where we follow the 12 line of the symbol. Huh?
この12本のシンボルのラインを
You know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? Some people tell me it doesn't work.
それでこれなくて
Ah, yes?
はい
Tell me, how do you do it?
どうやってやったのって聞いた
1, 2, 3, 4. No.
そうなんです
Stop. Wrong.
間違いです
1, 2, slowly. Everything. But 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not meditation, it's racing car.
これは瞑想じゃなくてレースです。
Of course it doesn't work.
それだとちゃんとできない。
Sometimes I said, breathe deeply, and I see people, no! Like Hideaki before pétanque. No, slowly. Everything slowly. Walk slowly. I had a wonderful grandmother.
私素晴らしいお母さんだったんです。
Because my mother was terrible.
私のお母さんひどかったので、
She was almost like Japanese people.
彼女は日本人のようでした。
Quickly, quickly, quickly! Hayaku, hayaku! And my grandmother saying, slowly,
お母さんとゆっくり、
take your time.
もう時間かけていいんだよ。
And she had this beautiful sentence,
美しいセンテンス言ってくれました。
you will take time to die one day.
あなた死ぬまでゆっくり時間かけますよ。
Yes. Whatever you ask, whatever the speed of your life,
どんなスピードである
one day you will die.
いつかどっちにしても死ぬんだよ。
Better enjoy the moment,
だから瞬間を楽しんだ方がいいよ。
going through the time
時間を通して
slowly.
ゆっくり。
This time is precious.
この時間は貴重なんです。
Your time is
あ
precious.
なたの時間は貴重です。
My time is precious.
私の時間は貴重です。
I want to enjoy every step of it.
一歩一歩楽しみたいんです。
This is being in the now.
これが今にいるということです。
Everything you do, do it slowly.
それであなたのやることゆっくりやってください。
That's very difficult in our modern world.
この近代社会では難しいですね、とても。
Even breathing.
呼吸するのもです。
People, no, slowly breathing.
ゆっくりと呼吸する。
Eating
食べるもの。
fast food.
ファストフードってありますね。
People eat so fast. Eating is like making love.
食べるのはメイキングラブと同じですよ。
When I see people eating, I know how they make love.
私が食べるのを誰かを食べるのを見てる。
I'll give you a little tip, girls. If you want to have a good lover, look at them when they eat.
教えてもらったらまず彼らの食べてるのを見てください。
If they eat, sex will be chuk, 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 chuk. Bye bye. I'll give you a tip. If people eat with sensuality slowly, then you have a good lover.
いい恋人になるかもしれないですね。
So terrible in Japan, the noodle restaurant. I always imagine this man with making love after. Everything slowly. There is no emergency.
緊急じゃないんです。
The emergency
緊急は
is to take time.
ゆっくりすることです。時間を取る。
Only one thing is emergency,
一つだけ緊急なことは
to take time,
時間を取ることです。
to do things slowly.
ゆっくりやるために
Do it here.
ここでやってください。
When you come to this room, come slowly. When you wake up, no wake up clock.
もう目覚まし時計なしに
But without wake up clock, I cannot wake up.
目覚まし時計なしに出ないよって
Of course, if you go to bed at 1 a.m., very difficult.
朝の1時に寝たらもう難しいですね。早く起きるの。
I go to bed every day at 9 p.m.
9時に寝ます。
Naturally.
自然に眠くなり
It's a natural rhythm, circadian rhythm, it's called.
自然に
Circadian. We should live like chicken.
鶏のように
Electric light
この電気は
is beautiful,
綺麗なんですけど、
but it destroys the natural balance of our body.
私たちの体の自然なバイオリズムを崩し
Before,
前は
when there was only candles,
キャンドルで生きてました。
at 8 p.m. people start, "Oh, no TV,
眠くなる
no computer,
コンピューターもなく
no electric light.
て電気もなく
People go to bed at 8 or 9
私は9時に自然に入る。
and naturally wake up when the sun rises.
もう日の出とともに自然に起きるんです。
Difficult?
難しいです。
No, very easy.
もうとっても簡単です。
And your sleep is better quality.
あなたの眠りもいい
Your dream are better quality.
あなたの夢もいいクオリティの
Simple.
もう単純です
And I cannot, personally,
個人的にはできないんですけど
miss one sunrise.
日の出をもう見逃すなんてできないです
That's why I always get up before the sunrise.
その眠りの前に
I want to take my time
時間をゆっくりとって
to be ready
でもう準備ができて
and see the sunrise.
そして日の出を見るんです
The sun rising, the light of the sun, don't look at it when it's high, just when it come out of the horizon.
で始めの時のこの光
Half,
もうちょっと半分
not completely, just half,
で前の半分の時
not dangerous.
この時は大丈夫ですね
And the light make a lot of effect on your brain.
この光があなたの脳にたくさんの影響を与え
It help keep the circadian rhythm of your body.
カジアのリズムからをよく保つために影響するんです。
What is the circadian rhythm?
カジアのリズムって何ですか？
Every part of our body, the brain, the stomach, the sex, have different temperature at different time of the day.
日によって違う温度なんです。
It's called chronobiology. Chronos, time, biology, the science of a living thing.
生物学っていうんですか？生物学
Chronobiology. So, the best temperature for the brain to be powerful
脳にが一番動くための最高のいい温度っていうのは最適な温度は
around 4 or 5 a.m.
だいたい朝の4時か5時なんです。
So when I see people who have a very difficult job to do
仕事しづらく疲れてるのを見ると
and they work very late
彼らは遅くまで
in the middle of the night,
でもう真夜中に仕事して
terrible.
いるんですね。
The brain is sleepy,
脳はね
so they drink coffee
だからこういう
and then they cannot sleep
そうすると眠れない
and they take a pill to sleep.
で、起きる眠るための睡眠薬の
The moment where the brain is clearer and work faster
脳がはっきりしていると早く仕事できます。
when the sun rise. When the sun rise.
日の出ると
Same for the sex,
で正規も同じ
because sex and the brain are very connected.
正規と脳はとてもつながってます。
Another mistake that people do,
体にすぐかかります。
they work all day, they are very tired,
一日中働いてとても疲れて
they watch TV,
テレビ見て
they go to bed very late,
で遅くに
and they have sex.
でセックスします。
Very bad.
それとっても悪いです。
We are tired
疲れちゃってるから。
when you wake up.
あなたが起きて
And men know that. When we wake up, woo, morning tent piquet, we say en français. In French, we say is a Japanese word? Asadachi. Wonderful. At night, you need Viagra, you know. But morning, naturally, you wake up
自然に起きします。朝立ち。
here and here. Same.
セックスと脳も同じです。
It's connected.
つながってます。
The brain,
で脳が
the sex,
正規
and the intestine
腸
are one.
も一つなんです。
You know, the scientists discovered recently we have
発表したんですけど、
millions of neurons
数百万のニューロンがあります。
in the intestine.
腸の中に。
And that's why people who have take antibiotic,
だから抗生物質を取ると
they destroy
腸が壊れるんです。
the intestinal flora, bacteria,
フローラが壊れて、
and then
そうすると
they have mental problem.
精神的に問題が起こります。
By giving back the natural intestinal flora,
この腸内フローラを
like using
状態の
probiotics,
抗生物質がそれを壊すのが自然な
improve the mental health of many people. Mental health.
この精神的な問題を治すんです。
So the intestine
で、
and the brain
腸と
are one.
は一つなんです。
And you know,
わかります？
everybody know it.
皆さん知ってますよね。
Huh? In French we say inféchié, meaning this man
フランス語では
make me go to toilet. When somebody is disturbing, in French we say, he make me shit.
誰かが触ってあげると
In Japanese?
私言う
No?
日本ではそういう
Somebody really disturbing, we say, oh, he make me make shit.
私を漏らさせて
Not in Japanese? Ah, but it's true.
でも本当ですよ
When people are disturbing,
触ってあげる
they are full of shit, we say.
のもう
They make me shit. So if French people say, tu me fais chier, meaning, oh, you are disturbing me a lot. You make me go to toilet. When you are scared, when you have a big panic, because somebody is scary.
誰かを怖がらせると
In English,
英語では
they scare the shit out of me.
パンツに
In Japanese,
漏らさせるぐらい怖いっていう感じ
scare the shit out of me. Meaning, I'm so afraid that and it's true, it's physically true. When you are really afraid,
本当に怖がるとちびりますもんね
you have a diarrhea.
の
Diarrhea.
ゲリゲリ
When something makes you really afraid,
本当に怖がらせると下痢になりますお家が出ます
because this intestine and the brain is one. Why?
なんででしょうか
You're afraid of something. A lion come in this room. Ah! Wow, everybody panic.
みんなパニックになります
The blood leaves the intestine
で血がこの
and go to the muscle to run away.
で筋肉握ってでも走れるみたいな
No blood in the intestine. Phew, diarrhea.
人に血がなくなるともう流れちゃう
So everything is connected.
全てつながってるんです
We are one.
私たちは一つなんです
We are one together, but we are one. Our body is one.
体は本当も一つなんです
That's why we have to realize the power
私たちはこの力を
of
気づかないといけない
meditation.
瞑想の力
When you meditate,
瞑想するとき
it's not something you do with the brain.
脳でやってるんじゃないんです
When you meditate,
あなたが瞑想するとき
you meditate with all body.
あなたの体中でやってるんです
And timing is important.
でタイミングはそういうんです
And the wonderful Elohim message, what do they say?
素晴らしいエレメントのメッセージは何て言うん
They
で
say
す
the best time to meditate
か瞑想する最高の時間は
is right when you wake up.
深いはあなたが起きたときです目覚めたとき
What I was explaining before.
私が説明した通りですね
When you wake up, there is a magic moment
あなたが起きたときマジックな
where, wow, you feel good.
考えるのが
Time to meditate, to keep it.
その時に瞑想するんです
And keep it as long as possible.
できるだけ長く
And then you keep it all day.
そうするともう一日中そういうのが続きます
And happiness is there.
でそこに幸せがあります
Second part,
で2番目の
if I'm not too long.
長すぎなければ
Second part,
2番目は
what is happiness?
何が幸せでしょうか
It's come from inside.
内側から来るんです
How do you practice that?
どうやって練習しますか
With little detail.
小さな詳細
I wake up,
起きます
it's dark
暗いです
because I wake up very early.
もうとっても早く起きる
There is one button,
そこにボタンが一つ
it's incredible. I touch this button
それボタンを押しただけで
and there is electric light.
電気がつきます
And people say, "Boh, so what? It's electricity. Everybody knows that."
みんな知ってるじゃない
It's fantastic.
それ素晴らしいことです
All our ancestors,
私たちの祖先は皆
they had candles.
キャンドルを使ってました
We touch a button. Boop.
私たちはボタンを押すだけで
When I do that,
それを私やると
wow. Then I go to the bathroom
でトイレに行くと
and sit on the toilet.
便座の上
Wow. My grandfather was going in the garden.
おじさんは庭にいてやってた
Maybe your grandfather also.
あなたのおじさんもそうかもし
There
れない
was no toilet.
トイレがなかったんです
Everybody was sitting in a hole in the garden.
みんな庭の穴でやってたんです
No paper.
あトイレットペーパーなかったんです
There was no paper.
紙なかったんです
For centuries and centuries.
半世紀もなかったんです
How do they clean?
どうやってきれいにしてました
They don't clean. They keep the shit and put back their trousers. Yes. Because people were not even washing, because washing They were afraid of water.
水怖がってたんで
Toilet paper. I take toilet paper, wow. And I'm sitting,
で座り
and I'm lucky to live in Japan.
日本に住んでるラッキーです
There is a washlet.
ウォシュレットがあります
I push a button. Psh. Wow, my grandfather would have been crazy about that.
もうおじいちゃんの中にやったらもうクレイジーになっただろうな
Feel it. People see it and say, oh, what a terrible day. And
ハッピーで一日があるかそう言って
no.
そうじゃない
And then magic.
でまず
You get up,
で
you
起き上がると
push a button, flush.
ボタンを押すだけでフラッシュします
For you, it's nothing. For me, it's fantastic.
なんでもないかもしれないけど私にとっては
I want to have amazement and child eyes for everything I do.
子供のような目で全てを見る驚き
Then you go mirror.
で鏡
Long time ago, not so long time ago, just a few centuries ago,
もう数世紀前です
only the king had mirror.
もう王様だけしか鏡を持って
Mirror was something like a computer now.
今のコンピューターのような貴重なものだったんです
Not like a computer, everybody has computer. Like an airplane.
もし飛行機のようにね
Only the king.
もう王様だけ
Other people, they look at themselves in the river.
人は川を泳いでいる
You have a mirror.
でも鏡があります
Then you have water.
で水があります
I went to Africa many times.
何回もアフリカに来ました
They have no water in the house.
水がないんです
They go, they walk 2, 3, 5 kilometers and bring back a bucket of water.
3キロ5キロ歩いてバケツの水を持って帰ってくる
And this bucket have to do everything one day.
でこれはこの一日で使う
So they are very careful with this water.
からこの水をとっても大事にしてるんです
Imagine yourself, you wake up in the morning, you need water,
朝起きて水が必要で
think about it.
川で来る
And you have to walk 1 hour
もう1時間歩かないといけない
to bring back water to wash yourself.
水を自分で洗うための水を持って帰ってくる
No. When I was young, same.
私と小さかった頃
I had no shower in my house,
私の家にシャワーが
no bath.
あってお風呂もなかった
You open water.
蛇口を開けて水が出てきます
Not only water, you have another tap,
水だけじゃ
hot water.
お湯も出るんです
When I was a child, there was no hot water.
子供の頃お湯なんて出て
I had to put water in a pot and warm it up.
水をポットで
Everybody laughing now about that.
みんな笑わないですけど
When I was child, there was no hot water at the tap.
小さい時お湯なんかなかったんです蛇口
Amazing.
もう本当驚きです
Period. Girls, period sometime.
もう生理
Blood coming out.
生理です
Period.
生理があります
There was no tampon.
タンポンなんかなかったです
There was no paper pad.
ナプキンなんてなかったです
Imagine you have period and there is nothing like that.
生理でもそういう何もないというのをイメージしたらどう思いますか
That's something, huh? Be amazed of everything, details.
すべてその正体に驚く
Wow. It doesn't make you happy,
あなたを幸せにはしないですけど
but it makes you feel little joy
でもあなたの
with natural things.
この喜びこの自然なことで自然
You have a house.
喜びを感じますあなたは
I'm amazed to have a house because many people are homeless.
家があることに驚きですたくさんの人がホームレスだからです
I'm amazed to have a bed, a comfortable bed.
もうこの快適なベッドがあることに
In Africa, they have no bed.
アフリカにはもうベッドもないんで
They
す
sleep on the ground.
この直接土の上に寝ます
So everything in your life is magic.
すべてあなたの人生にあることはマジックのようなもの
Then you have computers,
コンピューターがあって
cell phone.
でモバイルがあって携帯があって
Think about the miracle of your life.
このあなたの人生のこの奇跡を感じてください
But people get so used to it
でもあまりにも慣れていて
that they are more and more depressed
もっともっと落ち込んでます
because they don't appreciate the little detail of life.
あなたの人生にあるこの小さなに感謝しないから
I see beautiful shoes here.
靴を履いてる人がいられます
Africa, many have no shoes, nothing.
人はたくさんいる
They come to the seminar
靴を持って
barefoot,
セミナーに座って
men and girls. Beautiful shoes. Appreciate it. It's amazing. Everything on you, where does it come from? Where it come from? The cotton, the leather, everything. The telephone, probably made in China, but everything made in China, maybe. Maybe I am made in China, I'm not sure. So, appreciate everything. We are in the seminar together in Okinawa. Everybody come from China, Korea, Europe, Australia, airplane. 100 years ago, impossible. You are living the life of kings. Feel it. It's not happiness. Happiness is inside. But with a life full of joy, natural joy. Starting with looking at the sunrise, the magic of electricity, amazement, then slowly you put yourself in a positive state of mind and let grow the happiness inside you. You are living a king life. You touch a button on your computer, you have all the music of the world. Long time ago, not so long time ago, only the king had musician when he was eating. You have it right now on your cell phone. But people say, well, okay, yeah, off. Make selfie. Appreciate each thing in your life. And meditation help you be in a state of mind where every little detail become beautiful. Not only material thing, not only electricity, hot water, that's not so important. But the face of your friends, brothers and sisters, 100 years ago, Roberta couldn't be here. From Italy to here, 2 months by boat, impossible. Sakina could not be here. From London, so long. Chinese friend, you couldn't be here. Look at the people around you. We are together thanks to this wonderful technology we use. So the technology brings love, make us brothers and sisters closer and closer, make it possible to be together and celebrate the beautiful creation of Elohim. And we must, and that's the most important thing to finish with, every second of our life. You can write that on your paper and underline it 3 times. Be thankful. That's the most beautiful meditation I do in the morning. I will do it with you now. I wake up and I said, thank you, Elohim, for my life. Thank you for having food. Because every food we eat comes from your creation. Thank you, Elohim, for having a house.
栄があることを
Thank you, Elohim,
ありがとうございます。
for being loved by so many people.
もうたくさんの人々のために愛でいることを
And before all,
その全ての前に
thank you, Elohim, for giving me the power to love other people.
ありがとうございます。私が他の人を愛するこの力を与えてくださいました。ありがとうございます。
And when you start your day with thankful meditation,
あなたが感謝の瞑想で一日を始めると
start a beautiful day.
美しい日が始まります。
And be thankful
で、感謝でいて
at every step.
すべてのこのステップ
I am thankful to be able to do this step
私はこの一歩をすることに感謝をします。
and this one
これもそうです。
and this one.
これもそうです。
Because each step in your life is magic
あなたの一つ一つのその人生のステップはマジックなものです。
and unique. I can't get
わかります。
it's not the same.
同じではないです。
This step is unique.
このステップはユニークです。
A unique travel through the infinity of space
この空間、無限の空間を旅するユニークな
and through the infinity of time.
で、この無限の
Enjoying now
する今
cannot be measured.
に計り知れない。
There is no now.
今がないから
Enjoying now is enjoying the movement through time.
楽しむのはこの時間を通しての一歩を楽しむことです。
We are all space travelers.
私たちはみんな空間を旅しています。
Oh, you say, no, I'm not moving, I'm not much. You are a space traveler.
動いてない勇気かもしれないけど、あなたは空間を旅しています。
The earth is moving
地球は動いてます。
and you are moving with the earth.
あなたも地球と共に動いています。
Now at 2,000 kilometers per hour, something like that,
2000キロですか？
the earth is turning. You are moving at 2,000 kilometers per hour.
進してます。あなたも2000キロ時速で動いてるんです。
Are you?
そうですか？
No,
いえ、
much more.
もっと高いです。
Because the earth is moving around the
って
sun.
いうのは地球が太陽の周りを
This is a higher speed. Higher speed.
もっと速い速度で
And the solar system is moving around the galaxy.
太陽系の銀河系の中で動いています。
So you are moving in, you are traveling in space, even sitting.
しています。座りながら
And the galaxy is moving.
銀河は動いています。
And maybe you are in the finger of one man
で、あなたは
who is doing
一人の
that.
人かもしれないです。指を動かす人の中の
And you are,
あなたは
is
ここに
on a planet
この惑星
which is moving.
動いている惑星の中に
So what is our speed?
私たちのその速度は何でしょうか？
Infinity. We are moving at an infinite speed
無限の速度で動いて
in an infinite universe
この無限の宇宙の中で無限の速度で
and in infinity of time.
無限の時間の中で
We are space traveler
私たちは空間の旅行者です。
and time traveler.
そして時間の旅行者です。
Feeling now
今を感じること、
is feeling the movement.
動きを感じることでもあります。
There is no now,
今はないです。
but there is a movement through time.
でもそこに時間を通して動きがある
And
んです。
carpe diem, enjoying now
今を
is enjoying the movement.